That's the first thing I think. I need to make that far.
Okay lang pong magpahinga, okay lang pong ramdamin yung sakit, pero wag na wag niyong bibitawan yung pangarap niyo.
Kung tatanungin kung kaya kong higitan, kailangan kong tanggapin na kaya ko.
And hello there, sports fans. This is Quinito Henson.
And I'm Dyan Castillejo. Get ready to uncover the future of Philippine sports.
Now let's navigate and break down this game.
And kick it back with our inspiring athletes at the Olympics.
Well, it's another day of Tokyo Olympic updates, and we've got an exciting lineup of guests for you tonight.
That's right. We have, of course, we're celebrating the wins of our boxers, Carlo Paalam and Nesty Petesio, who competed today. We had Marjorie Didal, an amazing performance. And then, of course, Heidelin Diaz is currently fighting for a medal in the weightlifting competition.
And as you know, here on Play It Right, we root for our athletes, and we always keep you right in the middle of the action.
This is your one-stop shop for the latest on the greatest in sports.
And we're here to play it right.
Play it right.
Okay, sports fans, we always love to hear from you when you've got comments, so send them in. We'll try to come out with your comments as often and as much as we can. And Dyan, it's great that we have social media backing us up, and we're able to interact with fans who are viewing us on Play It Right.
Yeah, please share our link on your social media pages. We'd love to hear from you. And of course, get your comments and feedback on how our athletes are doing at the Olympics. And of course, we are all super cheering for them. Okay. We have our guest. We have our first guest, Quinito.
Yep, that's right. Let's move straight into our first guest. And we're excited to talk to him because he's none other than, well, the former WBC super flyweight champion, the former WBO bantamweight champion. Boy, Dyan, I remember when he won that bantamweight championship. A one-punch knockout. It was a shot to the body. Johnny Gonzalez going down. I think it was in Sacramento. And Jerry Peñalosa. I mean, what a hero. What a boxing legend. And yes, I've already revealed his name. It's Jerry Peñalosa, right here on our show. Jerry,
hi,
welcome.
Jerry Peñalosa, one of my favorite guys to cover before. Super hard working on the ring. Really good fundamentals. I mean, got so many, boxing greats impressed by Jerry. Oh, let's see if Jerry's, he's trying to get into the show. Wala pa. He's trying to get into the show. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was on earlier,
anyway,
but well, let's take the opportunity to talk about our boxers so far.
Yep.
And so far, our Filipino boxers have fought 4 times in the Olympics. We haven't lost a match. Nesty Petesio has won twice. Carlo Paalam and Irish Magna have won 1 fight apiece. Yumir Marshall still to see action, but what a start! I mean, we're 4-0. And for Yumir Marshall, it's just 2 more wins. He's assured of a bronze. Nesty Petesio, same thing, 2 more wins, and she's assured of a bronze.
Well, I was really super nervous watching Nesty today. I mean, her opponent, number 1 ranked Tin from Chinese Taipei, was way taller than her, of course, very long, right? And it was just like, in the beginning, it was a little, tentative, but wow. What a gutsy performance. And you could see, in the end, when they called her as the winner, you could see how much it meant to her. She was almost crying. I think it was so emotional. So I was really impressed with Nesty. And of course, we've talked to Nesty on our show, and she's already told us how, all the hard work she's put in and how much this would really mean for her and her family to win. And just like the other boxers, I think, Quinito, so far so good. They're Thailand training is showing us that they did well there. So great start for our boxers.
And here's Jerry Peñalosa. Welcome to the show, Jerry.
Welcome, Jerry.
Thank you. Play it right, number 1.
All right.
It's a big honor.
Jerry, kanina
With the legend.
pinag-usapan na namin ni Dyan yung performance ng ating boxers. I made a mistake. I said with Nessie Petesio, she needs 2 more wins to be assured of a medal. I think she needs just 1 more win to be
Just
assured
one
of a
more,
medal.
because she's in the quarterfinals.
That's right. She's in the quarterfinals now. So 8 boxers left. She wins another fight. She's assured of a bronze medal. She makes it to the semifinals. But si Nessie Petesio, 2-0 so far. Irish Magno, 1-0. Carlo Paalam, 1-0. Jerry, ikaw yung commentator nung lumaban si Irish Magno. Pinanood namin yung laban. Napakinggan namin yung mga comments mo. Can you tell us kung ano nangyari dun sa laban? Paano nangyari yun? Si Irish Magno was actually a late entry. Although she was the first female boxer to qualify from the Philippines, she had to do it through a box-off bago siya pumasok sa Olympics. But ito in her first fight sa Tokyo, ahaba ng kanyang kalaban, yet Irish Magno was able to dominate from start to finish. Anong nakita mong katangian ni Irish Magno that can make us think that, hey, she could win a medal sa Olympics? Jerry.
All I can see is the good thing about Irish Magno is she's really hungry. She really needs, or she really wants that gold medal from the Olympics. So she's very hungry. So I don't see no reason that she can get or she can get no medal from the Olympics. The worst thing about maybe bronze or silver, but she's capable to have a gold medal. So I like Irish Magno. It's all a good start for Filipino boxers.
Pero Jerry, nung pinanood namin yung laban niya against yung taga-Kenya, si Christine Ongare, si Christine medyo shaky, pero si Irish, ang sipag.
Yeah.
At ang tapang.
Super. That's a good sign.
Huh?
Good sign for a boxer that she's really hungry.
Okay.
It's a very big good sign.
Ano? Galaw ng galaw.
It's hard to fight for a boxer if he's hungry. That means he will do everything just to get that gold medal. It's really a good sign. I like Irish Magno.
So you think, Jerry, makakakuha siya ng medal, si Irish? I could hear
No
you
doubt.
when you were... Oh, no doubt, sabi
not
niya.
Not only her. I think the 4 of them.
Wow,
that's a bold prediction.
Really, I'm very positive. I'm very positive or optimistic about especially Yumer Marshall.
okay.
The way I look at it, the bracket, it's in favor of him. Imagine just two wins away and he can get a bronze medal. And he has a big chance to get that gold medal.
Pero Jerry, dun sa middleweight division, fully loaded. Yung
I know it's not easy, but the way I look at it, the way I see Marshall, wow, he can punch, and I'm a big fan of him, really. I like Marshall.
When was the last time you saw him, Jerry?
I saw him, I think, World Cup. From that time, I said, this guy can, he can be a Olympic medal, and for sure he can be a world boxing champion as professional.
Ang galing. So
I don't
si
see no
Yumer,
reason.
huh?
I don't see no reason that he can't get that medal.
Ito, meron ako papakita sa iyo, Jerry. Can we see this? Can we see this right here?
The darkest dream.
The hardest dream.
Oh, the hardest dream.
This is
No, not hard. I think in that case, I think Marshall has a big chance to get that first gold medal from the Philippines.
Okay, so this is a magazine that was published out of London. This is an international boxing magazine published out of London. It had a big story on Yumer Marshall with a full-page picture of Yumer and talking about his dream to become an Olympic gold medalist. At ang sabi nga ni Yumer, Jerry, Dyan, he is dedicating to his father, Eulalia, who's not well, but yung kanyang ama, ever since Yumer was small, siya talaga yung nag-alaga sa kanya, and he made sure that yung focus niya as a boxer would always be there. So, Jerry, ikaw, nung lumalabang ka, I know that your father, Carl, was a former Philippine champion in 2 divisions. How important is it when you have your father as your inspiration, just like Ymir?
Oh, of course. That's being with your father on your side, especially actual fight. It's a big difference. You know, you add more inspiration. You know that your dad is there, that you can give him the happiness that he wants. So it's a big difference. And the way I see it, you may like what I said. I'm a big fan of him. So I don't see any reason that he cannot get that. At least the worst for him, I think, silver medal.
The
Wow.
worst,
Okay.
huh? Wow.
That's
Oh.
the worst.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. Good. I like
Napag-usapan
your
na natin.
confidence.
Yeah, napag-usapan natin si Irish and Ymir. Pag-usapan natin Carlo Paalam. Kanina, tinalo niya yung taga-Ireland, si Brendan Irvine, and who was a 2-time Olympian. And it was a split decision, 4-1. What do you think of Paalam? Ang chances niya? Flyweight division, 52 kilograms. Si Carlo Paalam is rated number 17 in the world. He's not picked to win a medal. Pero sa pinakita niya against Irvine, parang natandaan ko na naman yung sinabi mo kanina eh. Gutom. Gutom si Paalam. Ayaw niya magpaalam.
I'm just wondering with all the Filipino fighters. Nakita ko they're so like super gutom.
Mhm.
I don't know who's behind, but the way I see it, parang just like a leon, you know, a leon that you put inside the ring that they will eat something, anything you put in the table. So I don't know what's but the good thing for them, for all of them, the Filipino fighters, I think they're so very hungry. The one I don't know, but the way I look at it, they're like very hungry for that gold medal. They're inspired. Uh they're like really prepared for this Olympics. So I
Well,
think it's a big help
Dayan,
that the
Dayan,
Olympic was postponed and they
aha.
can prepare more. So I, I don't know. I just wondering what's with them. They're so very hungry.
Dayan,
Super as
It's
in the
very,
yung
Magno,
premyo, 33
Paalam,
million pesos. Yung premyo,
super,
33
super.
million pesos.
I mean, can you imagine if they win a gold, at least 33 million pesos, a house and lot, and alam mo, these
Wow.
guys, I mean, it's
Ooh.
like, I mean, aside from, I know that they really love to fight for the country. I mean, syempre,
Yes, for sure.
that incentive talaga is extra motivation. At saka siguro ang hirap ng pinagdaanan nila sa Thailand for,
Wait.
for
33 million?
for
33
gold.
million for the gold medal?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Wow, no doubt. Ooh,
Kaya pala gutom.
33 million.
And
Ooh, now I know. Now I know.
17 million for the silver and 6 or 7 for bronze. So it's a very nice sum.
Jerry,
Now I
pag-usapan naman
know
natin,
the reason why.
pag-usapan natin technique. Yung technique ng mga boxers. Ano na po na mo sa technique ni na Nesty, ni na Irish, ni na Carlo Paalam? Okay, we know about the hunger factor. 33 million at least ang mapupunta sa gold medalist. Pero yung kanilang technique, ano napansin mo? Footwork, aggressiveness, combination
I
punching,
don't know
ano
about
tingin mo?
I don't know about the technique that they have, but I know for sure they studied well their opponent because they know once nung market pa sa ring, napansin natin parang ano yung mga adjustment in between rounds right after the
Mhm.
bell. The next round like especially like Paalam like yung second round I think nag-adjust yung kalaban and then the next round kinuha uli ni Paalam. So wow. So ang galing ng coaches. Yung coaching staff, I think I'm very impressed.
Yeah. Well, you have that
Super as in I think pinag-aralan. Talagang
Okay.
they know what they're doing inside the ring. So in between rounds, once the bell ring, pagbalik naman, Parang alam nila yung gagawin nila. They know when to pressure, they know how to fight distance. Galing yung yung coaching staff.
Yeah. Jerry, ngayon, we know that the boxing is, the boxing sa Olympics is being run by the IOC na. It's not under the IBA, right, Quinito? So,
Yes.
because they're really trying to, give the impression that Olympic boxing is fair, right? Because there were a lot of questionable decisions, in the Asian Games and other competitions. So, this gives the Filipinos a really, really good chance. Hindi ba? So, sa amateur, para sa ating mga viewers, ano talaga yung important para makapuntos, para
Yes.
makalamang? Kasi you can see like the judges, di ba? They score it for aggressiveness and everything. Yung difference lang, yung sa amateur scoring tsaka sa professional.
Yes. As far as I know, as long as a clear punches, clear yung patama, and then also yung aggressive needs, of course, always there, ring generalship. But all the four boxers that we have, I think they know what they're doing. They're like, parang alam nila lahat. So, they studied well, the boxing rules. Alam nila, yung mga how to throw punches, yung mga hindi sila, hindi yung wasting mga punches na they're very accurate. So, wala akong masabi. I'm a big fan sa nakikita ko. Parang, wow, ang galing. Parang pinag-isipan, ginastadihan. So, in short, talagang ang galing. I have no doubt that all of them can get the medal.
Jerry, I wanted to ask you, sa napapansin ko, sa lahat ng mga laban ng mga Pilipino so far, grabe tayo sa height. Yung mga kalaban natin, palaging mas malaki sa atin, mas matangkad sa atin. Paano natin na-overcome yung disadvantage din? Or is it really a disadvantage? Ang nakakalaban natin, mas matangkad sa atin.
Yes. For sure. Medyo short tayo, pero ang galing mag-adjust. Like, especially like, Paalam, ang galing mag-adjust. He know how to fight inside or he know how to meet distance. So, I'm sure, like what I said, talagang pinag-istadihan nila yung kalaban. So, wala akong masabi. So far, ang ganda ng pinakita ng mga boxer. I'm very proud.
Well, we all are very proud. And Dyan, we want to thank Jerry Peñalosa for your time. Maraming salamat, Jerry. At we'll hold on to your prediction because parang ganang-gana kami ngayon sa sinabi mo, no? You're saying all of our four boxers have great chances to medal. At parang kami ni Dyan, naging
sure.
Parang nabuhay ulit kami, no? Because, of course, alam natin, si Margie Didal, hindi na nakamedal. Tapos wala na si Kurt Barbosa, wala na si Chris Narvaez. But with what you're saying now, parang we're feeling that yes.
Yeah, we have some medals coming.
Especially Marshall. I think ang ganda ng bracket. Tiningnan ko, kung mayroon mo siyang matibay kalaban like yung mga Uzbekistan, parang sa semifinals or finals. So for sure we have a silver medal, I think.
Wow,
that's good.
Let's keep our fingers crossed.
I think it's a very good sign. Ang ganda. Play it right. Keep marching. Thank you. It's an honor.
See you in the States. See you in the US.
See you in Pacquiao Speed Fight.
Sa laban ni Manny. God bless.
Thank you. God bless.
Thank you, Jerry. Well, Dyan,
we have some super good news, right? From weightlifting.
Yeah, before
Heidelin Diaz is now currently fighting, and she is going toe-to-toe with the Chinese weightlifter, and she just lifted 124 kilograms, which I understand is an Olympic record. And I'm not sure if she's in first or second right now, but I can see that the Chinese fighter is about to make her lift again. But it's looking really, really good for Heidelin, because in a few minutes we're gonna know if she is able to win a gold, or I think she might be assured of a silver. I am not 100% about that.
I think she's dropped down to number 2 now. We're talking of Heidelin. She's lifted a total of 221, and the Chinese lifter has lifted 2 kilos over her. So I don't know how many more attempts she has left to be able to overcome that lead, but we're looking at a podium finish now for Heidelin Diaz.
Yes, I mean she, you know, personally I've been watching the stream, and I love her look, her confidence, her composure, very different from how she competed in the Asian Championship. She's like super focused, and you can see that grit. Okay, so I believe Liao lifted 126. So yeah, this Chinese girl is super strong too. And so Heidi is running second, but wow. So Heidelin was our only. Okay, let's see if we can have a look at the. Okay, so it's Liao now leading with 223 kilograms lifted total, and then Heidelin is at 221. So, and
right.
okay,
Dyan,
I'm getting
we've got our
confused now here.
guests at stage, and we're excited to talk to them. We've got Cynthia Carrion, our very good friend, who's the president of the Gymnastics Association in the Philippines.
Great.
Yes, I'm
She's
here now,
backstage now,
girl.
but we're
I'm here.
welcoming her to our show. Cynthia,
Hello.
how are
Hello,
you?
Quinito and Dyan.
Well,
I'm okay.
we call you Madame Cynthia because to show respect, you are the president of this very famous association in gymnastics, but we're very dear friends. So I hope it's okay if we just call you Cynthia.
Yo, please call me Cynthia. Please
All
don't call
right.
me Madame. I will feel so old. Yes.
Okay.
And
Cynthia,
yes.
could we ask you
Wow,
to make
wait.
your
Hold
phone
on. I
a
think
Okay.
landscape so we can see you better on a landscape?
Huh?
Is
No,
that possible?
no, let's what is it? What happened to Heidelin?
okay, I think it's Heidelin
What?
Diaz first ever gold medal.
Oh, she
Woo!
won.
She has
Oh
a
my
gold.
gosh.
She got gold.
I'm seeing a lot of okay, a lot of tweets now that Heidelin has won the gold. Yes. She's
Oh, she has
crying
gold.
on screen.
Oh my God! Really? Oh my God! How can I see that?
Yes.
Well,
Hold
okay, she has
on.
lifted a total of
Okay,
224 kilos.
I can see
And
Monica Puentabella now hugging her, and we're now again her lift.
Heidelin Diaz has won the gold medal for the
Oh my
Philippines.
God!
The
How
very
wonderful!
first gold medal the country has won since
Wow,
Yes.
1924.
unbelievable, incredible. I'm so happy after all the sacrifice. Look at her,
Yes.
she's bursting into tears after that lift. She knows she's won the gold. Wow,
How
can
many?
you believe?
Is this her fourth Olympics? Fifth Olympics,
This
right?
is her fourth.
Her
This is her
fourth,
fourth Olympics.
her fourth.
We were talking to her, Cynthia, to find out whether she'd like to go for a fifth, and she said
Yes,
she
can
she
be.
wants to she
She
wants
can
to finish
still
her
go for a
studies at
fifth.
St.
What's
Benilde.
There's nothing wrong with going to the fifth.
Why not? Why not? I mean, the Olympics in Paris are just around the corner.
And 3 years from now only.
That's right. We're already in 2021, and in 3
Yes.
years she'll be 33 years old. She's
Correct,
still in
correct.
time. Oh my gosh!
Wow,
Our
look,
first
she's now.
Olympic gold. This
And
is
then we can have
unbelievable.
gold also from the boxing, I think, right?
Well, we're
The
hoping. And
We're still in the early rounds.
Open Kaloy. Kaloy is still our champion no matter what. And
Oh
we'd like
yes,
to talk about Kaloy. We know that he's in the final for the vault. He
yes.
didn't quite make it to the floor exercise final. We
That
also
was
know
so
that he
sad.
was injured a few weeks back. Can you
Yes.
tell us what type of injury was it, and did it have an effect on him in his floor exercise? Tell
Yes,
us it.
because you see, we've been trying to do the triple back, because if we do the triple back and the two forward, like Simone Biles does, it's a sure gold. Nobody can compete with us anymore. So he's been trying to do that, But yet, about 2 weeks ago, he got injured. He couldn't, when he was going back the double, he fell flat on the floor. So the coach said, "You better not do that anymore because it's dangerous." So he stopped and gave him more skills that would he make him just stick to the floor. So his skills were very, very good. And in the podium finish, I saw him. It was phenomenal. And all the judges came to me and he said, "Cynthia, he's got a pure gold. So he's for sure a gold, a sure gold." Because they saw all the contestants. And I monitored each and every athlete. Nobody could come close. Even Nikita was a little lower than Kaloy. So
Mhm.
I was so sure. I was so, and but when he did that, my heart broke into a million pieces. I could feel that he was not mentally strong. He was looking around, and after all, it is his first Olympics. And according to Karen went there today to talk to Kaloy and to find out how he feels, and she said that he's doing much better, that he's learned a lot, and he will try to do well in the vault. He will be more calm. So she was able to talk to him for 1 hour, the psychologist. So, and she told me that he's much better, much better.
What exactly was the injury? When you said that he fell on his back, was he trying to do the triple backflip?
Yeah, he
When
was doing the triple back flip and the double forward.
Okay.
It's not only triple back, and then after you go triple back, you go two forward.
Okay.
Two, and so when he made the two forward, he was too close to the floor that he fell on the floor. I think it was his hip that hit. But he all right, because I saw him and he said, "No, I'm fine already, mom." But every time he's walking, he's hitting his hip. But how Kaloy is. He's always saying he's fine. But maybe it was bothering him. So I don't know. I'll have to really ask him to tell us the truth, if he was being bothered with that hip problem.
So you haven't spoken to him directly, Cynthia?
Not yet. I don't want because he was tearing. He was really feeling so bad. He cried. Don't He cried a lot. And I didn't want to make it worse by talking to him because he knows
Yeah.
that I'm also so hurt. So I told him, no, no, Kaloy, I text him, let's just go forward. Let's forget what happened and let's just go forward and go for your vault.
Yeah, that is the nature of the sport of gymnastics. You know, you I
Oh,
mean,
yes.
I mean, you can have a fall anytime. Of course, you try and practice the routine over and over again, but you
Yeah.
just never know what happens in competition.
Yeah.
But
But
please, yeah, go ahead.
the nice thing about all the judges, because I went to the judges thing, were telling me they themselves said that's what happens in gymnastics, but he's a very, very good gymnast and he's going to win a lot more golds for you. He said and he told that to Ramirez, because they met Ramirez. I introduced them, and he said, "Take care of that boy because he's a good gymnast and will win the Philippines a lot of gold." That's what
So
he told
Well,
me.
Cynthia, he's still
it's just the beginning.
Hmm?
It's just the beginning for
Yeah, it's just
Kaloy.
the beginning for the
He's
Kaloy.
21 years old.
Yes.
And
He's
you
so
know,
he's in the. Go ahead.
yeah, please.
What is that? Who
Diane,
was
go ahead,
talking?
please.
Oh no, I
No.
was gonna ask because he's still in the finals of the vault and he finished sixth, I think, right in the standings. So how do you see his chances in the vault?
Well, yesterday the technical guy talked to me and he said he can win the gold if he just sticks to the floor. He sticks to the floor, not the floor, but sticks to the mat, not to go out of the mat or not to. Oh, Russia is just happy because they won the team. They were number one. Just I'm looking at the TV. They won the team competition. Russia,
Oh,
Nikita
men's,
and all.
the men's.
Men's, yeah.
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 But the vault,
Well,
is that something that Kaloy has practiced? Has he
Yes,
trained
that was
for?
his second best. After the
Okay.
floor, it's his vault. The vault is the second best, and his third is the P bar, the parallel
Mhm.
bar.
Mhm.
So those are his three best apparatus.
Mhm. And
So he's going to
after
be
talking with, after speaking with Doctora Karen Trinidad, you feel that he's now mentally prepared to take on the
not
challenge.
really, maybe a little bit, no, but at least when I asked her how was she said, well, he seems to be okay. He was relaxed, and and that's how he was, and he said he will do better in this vault competition.
Okay, so
We hope, we
who
hope.
are the toughest competitors?
The same people again. Again, there's vault is like now. I was just watching the vault people. It's Russia is, of course, they'll have to pick up only from Russia, and one from China, and one from Japan.
Yeah. Well, I
So
know that you said that he could aim for at least a silver in the vault, right? Do you still feel
yeah,
that way?
yes, I still feel that way.
How
If
do you
he
as-
if
how
he
do you
sticks
assess
to it,
his performance in the all around? It was, I think his highest score was a 14.7,
yeah. I was just
right?
concentrating at that time. I was concentrating in the floor. I didn't take care of. I didn't see anything. I was just monitoring all the floor competitors, and and uh, and I up to now I say he is still the best.
Cynthia,
Yeah.
No, but
beyond
yeah,
beyond the Tokyo Olympics, let's move on, and let's look at the future for Kolo. He's only 21 years old,
yeah,
and this is his first Olympics.
yes,
Heidelin Diaz won her first silver medal in her third Olympics,
okay.
and now she's won a gold medal in her fourth Olympics.
Oh
And
yeah,
this girl, this 27-year-old girl, Lee
27.
Keeper.
Oh,
No, let me tell you, this American girl,
ah,
Lee Keeper,
oh
won
yeah,
a gold medal in the individual foil in fencing, and she is half Filipina.
yes, I heard.
Yes. Yeah.
And this is her third Olympics, and she has
Oh,
won her first medal, and it's a gold. So it took her 3 Olympics to win this. And I
yes,
was talking with her auntie, Janice Karandang in Davao City this
okay,
morning, and she was telling me she's very driven. In her first Olympics, she took fifth place. In her second Olympics, she took 10th place. And who would have
really?
thought? Who would have thought in her third Olympics she would win the gold medal? So I'm
Wow,
thinking with Kaloy, the future really is wide open.
yes,
This
Yes.
is a learning experience for
yes,
him.
correct.
And
It's
when
really a
Diane and I
learning
were talking to
experience for him.
Heidelin, when Diane and I were talking to Heidelin, she said in her first Olympics, she felt, this is something new. In
Yeah,
the second Olympics, she felt, now I'm in the class. In the
okay.
Yeah.
third Olympics, she said, I feel I'm in the dean's list. So probably it's going to be the same for Kaloy. What do you think?
Yes, correct. I feel Kaloy will do a lot in the Paris Olympics. I think he will be able to already win the gold in the Paris Olympics. He will be uh, stronger, and he will learn his lesson, and he will be more matured, you know. So I
So
think we can look forward to the Paris Olympics.
So Cynthia,
2020.
I know that after this Olympics, you're going to be bringing him back home for sure, right? Because he hasn't been home in a year and a half, and then
Yes, of course.
he's. Are you going to be sending him back to Japan? What is your
Yes,
initial plan?
and then he has to go back to Japan for there is a competition in October. He has to compete again. He has to continue his
Oh,
competition. So he has another competition in October. He'll continue. He cannot let go. You know, he continues. So
yeah.
that's why.
So after Tokyo, he comes home to Manila just for a few weeks, and then he goes back to Japan?
Yes, he goes back to Japan, but Coach Mooney is fighting it because he doesn't want Kaloy to come back to Manila because he has to be quarantined in Manila, and then he has to be quarantined in Japan again when he comes back. And too much quarantine is not good for him
So
before
what do you
the
think? He
October.
won't come home anymore? He won't come home?
I will have to talk to him because I have to talk to Coach Mooney. Coach Mooney doesn't want, but I'm sure Kaloy wants to see his family. He's
Yeah,
been asking me to see
yeah.
his mom and his dad, and his
Cynthia,
family.
yeah. Cynthia,
So
let me
we'll see.
ask you about Coach Mooney
Huh?
because Coach Mooney. I saw his post, and he said he takes responsibility for what happened, and he said that if the Philippines doesn't want him anymore to be the national coach, he's willing to step down.
I,
What do you think?
of course not. We want Coach Mooney. Coach
Okay.
Mooney really cares for our athletes. He really, his heart is for our athletes. You know,
Mhm.
maybe he was pushing Kaloy a little bit too much, and there are really times that they don't get along. But 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 um, but Coach Mooney is very good for Kaloy. You know,
Okay.
very good for Kaloy.
So I think that's a good thing. We heard it from you, Cynthia,
Yes.
that Coach Mooney will be still with us,
Oh yes.
and that as far as Kaloy is concerned, well, it depends now on how we talk to Coach Mooney whether he will allow Kaloy to come back. But he has a competition in October. That'll be in Japan. Will
In
it be a
Japan.
world competition?
Yes, a world competition. That is why
Okay.
we're joining, because we join only the world competitions.
Right.
And of course, we're gonna join the Sea Games.
Yes, of
Kalo is
course.
one of the team. He has a team of the
Yeah.
Filipinos, no? A team of
Right.
four. And in
Okay.
fact, Coach Mooney for the Paris
Mhm.
Olympics, he wants to bring a team. He wants
Okay.
to bring three more. He wants us to train three more good athletes and bring a team, compete for the team as well, not
Oh,
only individual.
yeah. So that's something to look forward to. Well,
Yes.
thank you very much, Cynthia.
Thank you,
Diane, do you have
Cynthia.
any
Thank you, Quinito
parting
and Jay
shots for
and
Cynthia?
Diane.
Well, I just wanted to say that we give Kaloy our best. Tell him we super love him and
Yes.
we're proud of him and always cheering for him. And God bless you too. And we thank you for all the hard work that you're doing and keep at it. Keep doing the right things.
Thank you very much, Diane and Quinito. And we'll see you here. You're coming here soon
Yes,
in
we
the
are.
Tokyo. Okay.
Definitely. We're
We'll see
looking
you.
forward to seeing you and
Let's
giving
have
you
a
a
drink
big hug,
together.
Cynthia.
Okay.
We're looking forward to that.
Okay.
We'll
Bye.
see you.
God
Thank you. Thank
bless.
you.
Okay. Good night.
Well, Dan, that was Cynthia Carrion. And
Yeah.
well, this is the final now. We have in our screens Heidelin Diaz is the gold medalist, the first Philippine gold medal since
Unbelievable.
1924. This
That's
is unbelievable.
incredible. It's
So,
incredible.
Diane, what the POC president, Bumble Tolentino, what the PSC chairman, Butch Ramirez, have said has come true. What CDM Nonong Araneta said, has predicted, has come true. We now have a gold medal, and we're hoping to get even more. Our
That is,
boxers are
that
in contention. We've got our golfers, and now we feel momentum, and the spirits are high. Diane, we can go sky high.
Yeah, I know. I am just so happy for Heidelin, all the hard work she's put in a year and a half over in Malaysia, training in the parking lot when it was locked down, just being there with her fitness coach and her Chinese coach, and all the emotional difficulties she's had, having to stay on course. She knows it's her final Olympics, and right now as we see the Philippine flag being raised in Tokyo for the very first time, Heidelin's like in tears. I'm just so happy for her. And it just really goes to show that you can't give up. And when you persevere, good things can happen. I'm so happy, of course, for the Philippines. And, she really leveled up, Quinito. I mean, in the Asian Championship, she was fourth. She looked, she herself said she felt parang nanibago siya because she hadn't competed for a year. But, in this Olympics, from her very first lift, she was like super confident, composed, focused. I could see, and wow, yeah, and the commentators were very positive about her, saying that Heidelin is the veteran in this sport. It's her fourth Olympics, so she super deserves the win. And now you can see her.
Yeah.
Ah, so
I
happy.
also thought, Diane, that she had a very positive vibe. In the snatch event, when we saw her compete, she did 94 in Uzbekistan last April, and that really wasn't enough to get her total up to par. She had a total of 212 only in Uzbekistan. That was last April. And now, what was your total? 224?
Yeah, 240. It was really, yeah, amazing, because normally the Chinese lifters really lift way above, but they lifted way above her in the Asian Championships. But this time it was her who was always taking the lead.
So
So
I think she lifted 224 total. That's amazing because last April in Uzbekistan she lifted only 212. That was good for fourth place, and in the snatch in Uzbekistan she lifted 94. Here in Tokyo she lifted 97. But then, as you were mentioning, Dyan, the clean and jerk is her stronger suit, and that was where I think she reserved the best for last. And that last ounce of energy that she gave pushed her way above the limit. And well, I'm just so happy for Heidelin. The first time the Philippine national anthem was played in the Olympics
yeah,
since
unbelievable. Yeah.
24.
And we
That,
also need to congratulate, like, and thank, our officials. They've been supporting her for a long time. The PSC, of course, the Weightlifting Association, the POC, especially leading up to these games. She's been away from her coach. She's away from her family. She's been sacrificing in Malaysia, and they've just continued to believe in her. Even in the tough times, and it's really paid off. And it has come at such a great time for the Philippines, Quinito, where we can be so inspired by this win, because alam mo yung paghihirap that Heidelin went through. We've talked to her so many times, and it's just really a story of perseverance and grit and just unbelievable success. I'm just so happy
all
for
of
her.
our athletes in Tokyo have their very inspiring stories. And one athlete we'd like to congratulate for a very courageous showing, making the final in her event, skateboarding, was Margie Didal. And with us in our show tonight is the coach of Margie, and Anthony Claraval has been with Margie throughout her training all over the world. And Anthony, we're so happy to have you here with us. We're all enjoying, of course, the moment because Heidelin Diaz has given the Philippines our first gold. But Anthony, Margie did us proud. She went through the heats. She made it to the finals. She finished seventh out of eight. But what a performance in her first Olympics, in skateboarding's debut in the Olympics. How important was her showing? Although she didn't medal, sometimes it's not just about winning, it's about the showing. And Margie Didal made us all proud. Anthony, what do you say?
Well, first, Sir Ed, I'd like to say thank you for having me on the show. Miss Diane also. Uh, Basically, I think that what you're saying is absolutely right. I mean, sometimes for me, it's about inspiring. Women's skateboarding is kind of a new. It's a style of skateboarding that's really new and it's on the upsurge. For me, Margie's main role is to inspire people to pick up a skateboard and to especially Filipinas to understand that they can do it too. For her to our goal was to make it to the Olympics. The second step was to make it to the finals. If we make it to the finals, then you can podium. The finals is top 8. Unfortunately, in the prelims, Margie skated really strongly, but she did slam a few times pretty badly. So her ankle and her knee were both really hurt in 2 slams. When she made it through, kind of on pure adrenaline, and I really feel that she made it through the semifinals. She qualified 7th, but by the time the finals came in, she wasn't 100%. Knowing that, you're on the black and white, you look at the numbers, right? You look at the placings, that's it. But if you look at the bigger picture and how you can inspire, or how Margie was received, she was a crowd favorite. She really embodied like the brotherhood or sisterhood, really of skateboarding. And she made a lot of fans, and not just for herself, but for the typical and the real spirit of the Filipina. So, I'm super proud of her.
Yeah, well, we all are, Anthony. What a showing by Margie. She, just her performance didn't only make you feel proud. I mean, your heart was swelling with pride, but it made you smile. It made you smile. I mean, you were happy. You were enjoying the moment with her because of the way she was performing. And for me, it's like what you said earlier, Anthony. More than a podium finish, that was a marvelous performance. And what can we look forward to from Margie in the future? I mean, there's Paris 3 years from now, and what can she do from now until then to be able to improve and maybe break through and get that podium finish?
Well, I mean, for me, skateboarding is really, the debate is skateboarding a sport or is it an art form? So skateboarding really has both of those sides. You have professional skateboarders who they enter contests. They do like a contest like Street League or the Olympic qualifiers or the Olympics. And then there's skateboarders who make video parts, shoot photos, do live appearances and demos and tour. There's a lot of different things, that a professional that comes under the umbrella of a professional skateboarder. Margie is one of those rare talents that she can do everything. So she does excel in contests, as you can see. I mean, she made it to the Olympics, she made it to the finals, but she also is an amazing skateboarder, whether it's interviews or video parts or, as you've seen, just how she's an ambassador of skateboarding. So, she's going to be going back home to Cebu. She has a little bit of time to kind of like, kind of decompress and spend time with her family, and then it's kind of back on the road. There's a big competition in Paris in the middle of August. There's a Street League, which is within skateboarding the highest level of competition. There's a Street League contest in Salt Lake City in Utah in the United States at the end of August, and then there's a big competition that's invite only in Barcelona, Spain, in the beginning of September. So, those are three things that are right on our plate. We also are very focused on both the Indoor Asian Games that are next year and the Asian Games. So Indoor Asian Games is in Thailand, and then the Asian Games, as you know, is going to be in China. She is the reigning gold medalist in women's street in the Asian Games. And, and so this, when you say Paris is only 3 years away, that is very, very true. But I mean, in the interim, there's a lot of regional contests, also, and Margie's she made a gold in the Asian Games, and she has 2 golds from the Southeast Asian Games. So she's a really complete skateboarder. She's sponsored. I work for New Balance Skateboarding. Margie rides for me for New Balance Skateboarding. I'm also the head coach of Skate Pilipinas, the Filipino team. So Margie has is a professional skateboarder for several different companies, and not only the national team. And I think that's how you show, or you can illustrate how complete, how multidimensional she is. Some of the girls, some of the women, I'm not going to say girls, they're women, that did really well in the contest, that skated really well. Some of them don't have any sponsors. Some of them have every single sponsor. So it's really a larger kind of question. Margie, every time she steps on a skateboard, she improves.
I wanted to ask, with the winners were both 13-year-olds. What does that, what does that tell us about the sport? Like maybe moving forward. And Marjeline is, how old is Marjeline?
Margie's 22.
Yeah, 22. So, I mean, we're competing against teenagers now is going to be a thing of the norm.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very, the women's finals had, let's say, Momiji, who is 13 years old. We had Haisa, who's a silver medalist, also 13, a little bit older. And then in 8th place, was Alexis Sablon, who's 34. So I think in a finals of an Olympic competition, 13 to 34. That's a really wide range. And both those, Alexis came in, she just missed it, and she came in 4th. she just missed the podium. So I think it's easy to say like, oh, the younger the skater is, maybe the better. But I think it's really experience and power that's not going to come when you're 13. You know what I mean? So I think it's easy to say like, oh, younger the easier. But really, there's a lot of strategy and experience that comes. And then for me, I mean. I'm much older than both 34 and 13. So, for me, let's say Margie at 22, she's got a lot ahead of her. And like I said, sometimes I think it's it's the power that comes from being a little bit older or fully mature that it lets you really be an amazing skateboarder. As like every sport.
Yeah.
Dyan, yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, we're very proud of Marjolaine, and I know that she always keeps such a good attitude. She was like the darling of the competition, and please give her our best, and we hope to see her back in the next competition. And what would be, do you say, the biggest one that she will be preparing for next?
Well, like I said, Street League is the highest level of competition within skateboarding. It's going to be 2 stops and then the Super Crown. The first stop is going to be Salt Lake City in the U.S. The second stop is Miami, and then the third is a championship, the Super Crown in also in Florida. And so this season it's the top 20 women skateboarders that are handpicked and invited, and Margie is one of them. So, she's going to jump into that. That's going to be on the 29th of August, I believe, if I get my dates correct. And that's going to be the first, major competition that Margie's in. But like I said, there's some other competitions that kind of highlight different aspects of skateboarding. And Margie's going to be doing a few of those too. So, keep your eyes peeled. Street League. So that's SLS, the abbreviation, and that's going to be starting at the end of August.
Well, thank you very much, Coach Anthony. It was nice talking to you, and so much information coming from you. We're very proud of Margie, but we're also very proud of you, Coach Anthony, because you've been with her through all her hardships, through all the hard times, especially during this pandemic. But you guys have made a dent. You've made an impact.
We're a team. We're a team.
Right.
And I couldn't be prouder. Unfortunately, my Lola passed away in Manila last year. She made it to 110. Wow. And one of the things that I really wanted to show her was making it to the Olympics. That didn't happen, but that's who I think about. I think about my family in the Philippines, especially my Lola, and Margie is the same. She does it for her family back home, and we could not be more proud to represent the Philippines. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thanks very much, Coach Anthony
Thank
Claraval,
you.
for making the Philippines proud.
Thank you for having us. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
All right. And before we continue, we'd like to thank, of course, our sponsor who made this episode possible. A6 Philippines has created a delegation wear range so that Filipino fans are able to support the team from afar during the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. You can check out the delegation wear collection in the link below. Let's all keep cheering on Team Philippines. And of course, our huge congratulations to Heidelin Diaz, who has won the first ever Olympic gold medal for the Philippines. Mabuhay ka, Heidelin.
Well, Heidelin, she finally made it. It's something that we've all been dreaming of. We were all hoping that it would happen in our lifetime. And yes, it has now happened. Our first Olympic gold medal, something that has been such an elusive dream for us. Never an impossible dream, but very elusive. But, Heidelin, you remember, Dyan, when we were talking with her, she said initially she was thinking of training in Taiwan for the Olympics.
Right. Yeah.
Her Chinese coach wasn't allowed to enter Taiwan because he's a mainlander. So they went to Kuala Lumpur, and then Kuala Lumpur got locked down. They had to go to Malacca because there it was a little bit easier. Mm-hmm. And they had to improvise with the gym in their backyard. But they made do. She was there with her coach, her strength and conditioning coach Julius, and for Heidelin Diaz, she just persevered. And it only goes to show that it's not just the heart, it's also the mental frame of mind. And when Heidelin said that every weekend she would have sessions with Doctora Karen Trinidad, our sports psychologist, it helped
Mm-hmm.
her a lot because I saw with her positive vibe when she went
Yeah.
on stage tonight, she
Yes.
had the confidence of a champion. It wasn't just the heart of a champion, she had the confidence of a champion. And
Yeah.
that's what did it. That's what did it.
She really
Amazing.
looks so different compared to the Asian Championships, which wasn't actually too long ago. It's like she had a really big transformation, a really high level one. And like you said, a lot of mental training sessions, a lot of praying. I know that she has a prayer group behind her, a lot of cooking her own food, right? Eating healthy food, and just trusting her coach and just pushing through the pain. Quinito, how painful it is to train for a woman. Weightlifting, every session is masakit. But we also need to thank Coach Gao who stuck it out with her. I mean, he was also away from his family for over a year and a half, and so was Julius. So they say it really takes a big team to make a champion. And so we want to thank everybody who's really helped Heidelin and continue to believe in her. And yeah, dreams do come true.
Well, Diane, I don't know if you've got any more guests on board. We did invite the Weightlifting Association of the Philippines president, Monica Puentebello, to join us, but I'm very sure that he's all wrapped up right now in celebrating Heidelin's victory. So
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll be able to get him on our next episode. But today, we went through boxing with Jerry Peñalosa, and I thought he had very good insights. I think he was full of confidence in our boxers, and it's
You
very
what?
it's very contagious. And then Cynthia Carrion, her faith, her belief in Kaloy Yulo to persevere. He still has a chance to podium with a vault event coming
Yes.
up. But whatever happens, Kaloy is only 21 years old. He's got a bright future ahead of him. He's going to persevere. He's going to be dedicated. And with people like Cynthia behind him, you know that he's going to one day bring that gold medal to the Philippines. And that's what the judges were saying to our PSC chairman, Butch Ramirez, that he will be bringing a lot of golds to the Philippines and making us proud all the time. It's not just the winning, it's also how you participate in the Olympics. And then, of
Yeah.
course, we have Coach Anthony Claraval, who talked about Margie, also someone whom we're very proud of.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just look at the story of Heidelin. She made it on her fourth Olympics. She's 27 or 28 years old. Kaloy is only 21. He has already improved a lot, actually. If you see his physique now and his skills, his confidence level is much higher. He's becoming, he's growing into his body. He's growing with age. So I think the future is very bright for Kaloy Yulo. Let's just hope that he sticks with it, because just like weightlifting, the training of gymnastics is really punishing. But I think with people like Cynthia behind him and Coach Mune and our other sports officials, I think they're going to give him the push and the encouragement to keep on until he gets that gold. And of course, let's all hope for a medal finish. Let's hope he pulls off a surprise in the vault.
Well, we've
So
got some schedules to show, Diane. Our athletes who are still in contention in Tokyo, and on Tuesday, and that's tomorrow, in judo, Kiyomi Watanabe will be grappling, and then in swimming, that'll also be tomorrow. Lugebi and Remedy Rule will be performing in freestyle, and also Elbreen Ando in weightlifting, women's 64 kilograms. That's our schedule on Tuesday, so it's packed. There's no boxing tomorrow, but I think Yumir Marshall still fights on the 29th, if I'm not mistaken.
yes,
So
29th. That's Yumi
okay,
Marshall's first. Yeah, I think
right.
Nesty
So
Petesio is fighting on the 28th, and that's a really important fight
yeah, but wait a
because
minute, we've got the 29th right here. Yumir Marshall and Irish Magna will be fighting on the 29th. What about the 28th?
I believe
when
I
will they
believe
fight?
Nesty
Oh, they
Padecio
released it. Right.
is fighting in the quarterfinal. So if she wins that, then she'll be assured of at least a medal because she'll be into the semis, if
That's
I'm
right.
not
That'll be on the
mistaken.
28th. Yep, that's right. We have that flashed on our screens now. It's Nessie Padecio versus Castañeda of Colombia. That'll be in the featherweight division quarterfinals. If she wins that fight, she's assured of a bronze medal. So keep those medals coming, Team Philippines.
Yes,
And
mabuhay Team
we're
Filipinas.
very, very excited.
Congratulations. Congratulations to Heidelin Diaz and to all our athletes. Mabuhay kayo. Thank you so much, sports fans, for keeping us company. And we'll see you again on our next episode.
Yeah, don't forget to join us and be part of the game. Stay in touch through following us on Facebook, Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube page, and always play it right. This is Quinito Henson.
And I'm Dyan, and we are here to play it right.
Play it right.